Hello, YouTube land. Jake your trucks because it's amateur rubber time. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Justice for All. In the last episode, we revealed our client's true intentions. He was the culprit, the mastermind behind all of this, and he knows about Maya's situation. So Phoenix is in a little bit of a pickle right now between him getting a not guilty verdict and him saving Maya, basically. And we learned more about Shelly the Killer, I think, and we broke Adrian Andrews' last secret. So it all leads up to the trial, which I think is like the final part preparation of trial. So Phoenix is going through something. Let's just hope he gets through it, and we'll just play on and see what happens next. If you might notice, my voice is actually a little better. I did mention in the tweet yesterday, I believe, that my voice was a little screechy. Like I lost it for a little bit, but I made a good recovery, so I think I should be fine for doing Phoenix Wright. Danganronpa, however, I won't be able to because for Monokuma, but I'll assure you, if I get that back, I'll let you know with a video. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into this game. Leave a like for Phoenix Wright, leave a like for Dick Gumshoe, everyone that I've been voicing, even Matt on guard, because he's deceived us from the very beginning. So, here we go. How did I get into this mess? Oh, it's from the beginning.
That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, that's the judge, right? Yeah. Looking all evil. What have I done wrong?
I cannot allow you to go on like this.
But I'm just a simple defense attorney.
Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. Get judged, scrub.
Just anticlimactic at the end. I've had this dream before, someplace, some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today, I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. Yep. That's the situation right now. All right. That's my phone going off. Hello? This is Phoenix Wright.
You don't look so well, dear. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right?
Ugh. If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Now listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever. Phoenix? Phoenix! Oh, it's Mia. Mia! Maya! How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here. Not anywhere. That's my phone again. Ugh, it's that accursed on guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. Oh, it was Gumshoe.
You're really mean, Bill.
Gumshoe, I'm really, really sorry. Where are you?
They let me join the investigation team. We're chasing after the killer, Bill.
Then you have some sort of lead?
Sorry, but right now we got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up.
Gumshoe.
Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he decides, Bill.
That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first.
You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer.
I have to make the trial last longer?
If you go at Mr. Edgewood with everything you got, then you two can draw it out.
Oh, now I get it.
I believe in you, Bill. You and Mr. Edgewood can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we've got just like you.
Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. It's the strongest weapon in the world and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. Let's hope he does. Alright, court time. Oof.
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ungone.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what Miss Agent Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings.
Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ungone, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape.
Then you're saying that she's guilty after all?
I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card.
What is that? Looks like a show.
This is the calling card of a certain assassin.
Assassin, you say?
Yes, one coroner was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Matt Ungone. Here we go. Now the assassin's into play.
What a surprising turn of events.
I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can, at least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today.
Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Oh yeah, I forgot he's in this too. He's the witness. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please.
Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star.
And what is your relation to the defendant?
Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah.
Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy.
On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
But I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went.
All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ungone's room.
Okay, sure.
Alright. Visit to Matt's room.
After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me.
Alright.
Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony.
And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person Mr. Ungone was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy.
What are you implying?
Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just going to have to charge in head first, right? Okay. Well, I do want to know about that bellboy, so let's see. Yeah, hold it. At first? What do you mean by that?
Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on the tray.
Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry.
I guess I'm going to have to, wait patiently on this one. Alright. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. Gave up what? You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct?
Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats.
Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange?
I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
A tip? That's a perfectly normal thing to do.
So, how long did you watch the two of them?
Not more than a minute or two, I think.
A tip? How much was the tip, though? So who are these guests you're talking about?
You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway.
This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna press him on everything then. The defendant's room. Why did you go there?
Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother sort of, and I wanted to say congrats.
What's wrong? Why did you stop?
Mr. Wright,
What is it?
you're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you?
Huh?
I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer.
No one said you were, Mr. Powers.
No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy.
Every time? Witness, I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony.
Sorry.
So, you went to the defendant's room, and then?
Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Okay. Matt was still standing in front of his room in his nickel samurai costume. Are you sure that it was Matt on guard?
Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then.
If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room? Okay, at first he thought it was the bellboy. Well, I pressed him on everything. Do you think he remembered? Let's see. I don't know. Oh, okay, we got something new. Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated.
I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip.
Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself?
Yeah, that's it. You really know your job.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he?
Perhaps we should let the witness tell us.
Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony.
You mean about the bellboy, right?
Okay.
Matt gave the bellboy a tip.
But how much? So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that?
Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me.
How much it was?
But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket, and that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked.
I'm afraid I don't follow at all.
It sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. Bellboy's face. What was so shocking about the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers?
Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old gramps.
I hope you know that discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court.
No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches.
Oh.
A line of stitches?
Yeah, and it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Almost like if that thread snapped, all the stuff in his head would come spilling out.
He was there at Ungard's house. He was that butler.
What is it, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. So that means Ungard was talking with the killer then. If that fact were to be exposed, Ungard would be declared guilty in a blink. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief.
You sure don't have anything you would like to say, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What did you just say, Your Honor?
Nothing, Mr. Wright, nothing. We're just going around and around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony.
Okay. Like, you have to... That makes me think. Guy, let me see his face. John Doe. Like, you gotta have to be in some sort of accident to have your whole face stitched like that. Or you, like, did you just do that for entertainment purposes? Like, you feel the rush? I don't know, man. That's just, ugh, painful sounding, actually. Alright, so now we gotta, let's hear about the tip. I want to know about just the tip. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree?
Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think.
A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court about how much would you say the defendant gave the bellboy?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess.
And why is that?
Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash.
A roll of cash?
A roll of cash?
Oh, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it?
A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor.
The
judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Raise an objection. The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for my hard work.
So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it?
Payment, Your Honor.
Payment?
Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Gorda.
Then the bellboy the witness saw.
Yes, he was the assassin. Uh-oh.
Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you?
Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley the killer left at the scene of the crime.
Shelley the killer?
He is the person the police special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person this witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the killer.
Really?
What's wrong, Mr. Powers?
No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head, and I think I just figured something out.
Oh?
Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night.
What?
Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. Right away.
Okay. It's getting there. The second time.
This time, I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corda's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin. I'm sure of it. I mean...
Okay. Thank you very much. That is all we need for now.
Huh? But I'm not done. There is still more.
Let us first establish that bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see.
So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious.
That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it is your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Ha 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 ha. This is no laughing matter. Dude, Phoenix is stuck in a corner here. Okay. When I say room, I mean Juan Corda's room. Hold it. The victim's room, huh?
Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, all right.
Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? Okay. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Why? So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right, right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's gonna say next?
Well, the bellboy was empty-handed.
Empty-handed?
That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You call that a little strange too, wouldn't you?
I agree that is a bit strange, Mr. Powers.
But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers suddenly slide, or try to pull a fast one? Oh, never mind. We're sliding. You're right. I think it's pretty unusual too.
Ah, I thought you might think so.
There's no need to say anything when the defense gives up without a fight. Let's move on.
Anyway, Mr. Powers, you thought the bellboy was a little suspicious, correct?
Okay. Well, let's go back to that one then. Let's try to pull that fast one that they're talking about. Try to pull a fast one. There is nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy.
But there really, really is.
There really, really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys offer room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness' previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious?
I see. Very well, this court recognizes and grants the prosecutor's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please.
Yes, sir. I thought that it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of the guest room empty-handed.
Empty-handed? Was he empty-handed, though? Let's see. Oh, God. My controller is acting weird. Alright. Empty-handed. Lotta's photo? Oh, no, that's something else. I need the crime photo. We'll press on the subject. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed?
Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand, and there was a bottle of juice and wine glass on it.
Juice? What kind of juice was it?
I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice.
If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. I think I might know what it is, too. Because crime photo, right? The tray's right there. Yeah. So here we go. Yeah, boy, objection. Mr. Powers.
Yes?
You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it to be true.
But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and...
So, a baseball has stitches. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Really, Phoenix?
Well, there's also... I mean, what about him being empty-handed?
I would like to ask the court to please take a look here.
This is the crime scene.
There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corridor's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, boom jams, anyone can clearly see that it was a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corridor's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left.
But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left the dead body in the room.
But can you prove that Mr. Corridor was already dead at that time?
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes.
I blame you for leading me down this route.
I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us?
Is there?
The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say empty-handed. I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Huh? What?
That bellboy, he was wearing gloves.
Gloves?
Yeah, pitch black, leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right?
Black leather gloves. Why did you mention them earlier?
Sorry, it slipped my mind.
Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. All right, gotta focus. I can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves.
Come on, Mr. Wright, that bellboy was wearing black leather ones.
So, a football's made of leather. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they're made of leather?
But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was last saving the crime. Last saving? What? Let me try that again. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy.
It seems that we finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest?
Oh yes, please tell us more.
Okay.
All right, getting interesting. Their second meeting.
After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat.
What'd he give him?
So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room?
Yeah, I kind of saw all that by accident.
Some accident? I say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven.
I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. All right, let's see. I want to know what he gave him, because he just, he was kind of vague about that. So, he gave something to the person inside the room. I said, hold it.
Okay.
That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details.
Okay.
Should I probably ask him only one question at a time? What is this something? He gave something to this person?
Yeah.
And what was this something?
If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I?
But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers?
I think it was something kind of small.
This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please, try to remember what it was.
I'll try.
In the meantime, let's talk of another point. Namely, what the bellboy did next.
Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing.
Alright. And the old guy just left without even going into the room. Where did this bellboy go after he left Mr. Ungar's room?
He opened the door to Viola Hall. Went in there, and who knows after that, right?
I do. Okay, after that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. Did you see anything strange, suspicious, or just out of the ordinary at that time?
Oh yeah, I saw that one thing.
What? You saw something else?
There was this jittery alien with a ray gun. He was watching Juan's door like some sort of stalker.
I think we can forget about the alien. Well, what the heck? God, my brain is all over the place again. Well, Mr. Power's testimony just now was just as vague as the first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure if you press him enough, everything will become clear. Although, that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it? Ugh, talk about a lose-lose situation. Okay. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. Tell me more. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying?
Excuse me? I may be a poor underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying.
Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers?
From the door of the bathroom with my left eye. It's sort of a sneaky, spy-like.
I knew he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. Okay. He gave something to the person inside the room. Oh, this is the same stuff. Yeah. The person inside. So, who took this something the bellboy handed off?
Uh, Actually, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
Only an arm.
Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face?
Yeah.
I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received his item, all you could see was the person's arm.
Yeah, it was just like that.
Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important?
Of course, Your Honor. I think that this is for the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client.
Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off.
Well, let's see. I think it was... No.
If you remember, please add it to the testimony.
Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue.
Oh, okay, then I know what he saw. He saw this.
What was the point of that printed pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up.
It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this.
Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix. Deep breath. Mr. Powers? The something you saw, was it this item?
Oh, hey, that's it. That's the something. Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out.
I recall we found this on God's mansion.
At the defendant's house?
Oh, here we go.
What does this mean?
It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the killer assassinated one quarter in his room, and then he stole his wooden bear from the scene of the crime.
Then the bear being found in Mrs. Ungod's mansion would mean?
It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Ungod is the killer's client. No.
Order. I said order. Mr. Wright, this is the most unfortunate turn of events for you.
Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have been later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edward would have. I almost forgot that he knew about it, too.
I think it's clear that there is no need for us to continue the trial.
I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
There are still few points left that have not been fully explored. What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further?
The bear itself? I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable.
The bear, Mr. Wright?
This was found at Mr. Ungard's mansion. However, Mr. Ungard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home.
Oh.
I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that Mr. Ungard, who took this bear into his mansion. So he couldn't have taken it home.
Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home.
Phew. Disaster averted it. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Ungod's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. The butler. All this time, he was the killer. The killer and Ungod were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Ungod mansion as its butler.
What a bold move.
The bear figurine was brought back to Ungod mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Ungod had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad that the police found it during the investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else.
What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to?
Well, I'm gonna save first. That's what I plan to do. Alright. I plan to expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Power's testimony.
What? There's still another one?
There is indeed, Your Honor, and it's quite a questionable point. What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further?
Power's testimony. Mr. Power's testimony, of course.
I know that my testimony was kind of shaky, but
Your inanity stupefies me, Mr. Wright. We have already clarified all the questionable points during the cross-examination just now. Wasting time like this, calling the testimony questionable, I'd say it's your head that's questionable here. And there goes my health.
Yes, I agree. The cross-examination went smoothly and there was nothing wrong with the testimony. Now then, I believe... Please, wait! You are being very persistent today.
Because I can't let it end like this. I know my outburst just now was a little questionable. Questionable indeed. But there really are some questionable points let's discuss, Your Honor. What are you trying to pull? Oh, okay. Then the person who received the bear. There was one thing in the Mr. Power's testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who received the bear.
he gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm.
As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure. Okay. Even he's like, what?
What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then let's give us a good reason why.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Actually, so I remember. I remembered who took the bear.
What? Really?
I mean, I only saw his arm, but the arm. It was a Nickel Samurai's arm. I swear it.
You've got to be kidding. Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers?
Yeah, I'm sure it was Nickel Samurai.
Oh, God. No, Powers, please.
Order. It looks like you dug your own grave, yet again.
How many times is that today? I've lost count. So the person who took this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt Ungod is the Nickel Samurai.
Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer. I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion. As well as the ones that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Ungod. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth said was the truth.
Any last objections, Mr. Wright?
Well, do I? What should I do? Raise an objection.
I will now announce...
God, my throat is killing me again. There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he's accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found at the Ungard mansion. However, it's possible that this is all the work of a certain other person.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, it's possible that a different person is the killer's real client.
The real client?
Yes. Is this all you have?
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say the killer's real client, and therefore the real murderer?
Sorry for putting you on the spot like this again.
Adrian Andrews?
Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt Ungard for the crime by wearing a spare nickel samurai costume.
Then the Sickle Samurai's arm that I saw.
That could have very well been Miss Andrews. Oh, jeez.
But what about Mr. Ungard?
If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period.
That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. Ungard's mansion?
It was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this?
I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell Ungard did it. I can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin the guilt onto someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty. It's murder of all things. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Dang. He's pulling some dirty tricks.
Order, order, order. All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom.
Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I am willing to play along with this what-if game.
His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth?
The prosecution is prepared and talented to defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered. Why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to Ungard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews.
And who will that be?
It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. So now she's coming back up.
I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, man. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian.
I swear this demon will pay.
Mr. Nick,
Pearls? Where's Mia?
I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away.
A really strong power.
Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is...
It's from Gumshoe.
How's it going? Have you been hanging in that belt?
Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto.
Whew, that's good, Bill.
What about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are?
We still don't have any leads, but
What? We don't have any more time.
if we just had even a single clue would be really helpful.
I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent. Huh? A tent? I can see a circus tent. Oh, Mia. It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I can see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe, is there a circus in town right now?
There's only one, Bill, the very big circus.
Maya is somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent.
What? Okay, hold on a sec, Bill. Hey, draw a circle on that map, about a 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry!
And I can see a mailbox under the window just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox.
Okay, what else?
What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the third floor or so.
I hired an old office building. Good stuff, Bill. Okay, just hang in there.
It's a little longer, Bill. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, Bill?
Mia, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make the trial last a little longer. Alright. Time to extend more. Oh boy.
Court will now reconvene.
The killer, the man who murdered the victim, added this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why is this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Agent Andrews, to the stand. Oh boy. Hello again. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. Excuse me. Had to burp. Yeah, sorry. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have.
You have seen it before?
That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? All right. Why? Why does she what? The bear figurine. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. As its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Okay.
So this figurine, it's a container of salt, is it?
Yes. Look can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
It looks like there really was something to that bear after all. Okay.
Bear.
The bear figurine. Okay. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. Small item? And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this was a present from you?
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for one. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. Okay. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there are many people with this same bear in this country.
But this looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get out what's inside.
Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken. Okay. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box? I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? Then of course that means the guard didn't know, right? We don't know anything about this figurine, so we should try and find out more for now. Yeah, I'll keep pressing her for more information. Yeah, that was the intended plan. So, let's do it. A puzzle? That's right.
But it looks like an ordinary figurine.
True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this is a puzzle. So, what kind of puzzle is this exactly? Alright. So, we just gotta press everything. So you can take it apart, and how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. He's over here trying to do it.
Oh yeah, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
Oh, this is most interesting.
A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. He's over here fiddling with the puzzle.
No, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on.
I think he's lost it. I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Alright. Only Corda and Andrews knew how to open it. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box.
Hmm.
Now that we have agreed on this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box?
What's inside?
That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness? Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please. She's going to open it, I guess. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. Click. I've opened it. Well, what's in it? Is this what you wanted?
What is that? Looks like a note.
I don't think we need to guess at what this is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. Uh-oh.
The suicide note?
The suicide note left by Juan Corda's former manager, Celestine Pax. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corda himself. It seems Celestine Pax had very beautiful handwriting, and she had just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Okay.
Order! Witness, did you know about this?
Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything's going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate for the contents of this note to be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud.
Very well.
The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impact left to us a record of all that had happened to her, about being used and then thrown away by Ungard, about being engaged to Corda and Ungard's role in destroying that, and about how she decided, in her despair, to end it all. Hope and despair, huh? There's a lot of getting that from Danganronpa feels from this too.
And that's all Miss Impact had to say.
There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Ungard.
Then what?
Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of his note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference.
Manuel.
What Ungard values above all else is refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he used to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. Alright. It tells of Ungard's horrible misdeeds. Oogie. Ugh, the court is going crazy. It's Ungard's fault that woman killed herself. And this time, he even went so far to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. How terrible. What a selfish person. I guess there are slimeballs lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too. There is no room for doubt here. Mr. De Killer's client's goal was to obtain this suicide note, and the only person who needed this one note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house.
It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone.
How am I supposed to escape this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know. I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay. There are two deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel's already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry! The suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? The note. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh my goodness. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it.
It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook.
I think Your Honor believes that Matt Ungard killed in order to obtain this note.
Yes, that is correct.
But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Corda until the night of the murder. If that's the case, I say that Matt Ungard could not know what was written on this note.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
Exactly, but I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Oh.
Order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. Of course. I believe a show of appreciation is in order.
Huh?
The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this.
What is that?
It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying.
Spying?
What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. And Ungard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find out each other's weaknesses. The victim, Juan Corda, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Ungard. No.
Order! Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
you don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities.
Well, sort of.
Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright.
I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch, using this Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera.
Matt Ungard's fingerprints were on there?
Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Ungard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey, how was that lawyer thinking?
Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy?
Shh, stop, don't look at him. The way he sweated is just so, nasty. Phoenix? Yes, Chief. Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What am I going to do next? Just running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate? I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden?
Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you?
Well, one way to find out. What is this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? Is that evidence? I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. There it is. Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting it go so easily.
You are beginning to sound desperate.
That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So, you're telling me that I forgot something. You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. Suicide note.
That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right?
Who knows? I mean, sure, the suicide note was found inside this bear, but this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh, snap.
Oh,
So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by the Miss Impacts or not, that has yet to be remotely confirmed.
Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting.
Mr. Wright, are you saying the suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Ungard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into the bear? How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim to solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use the frame mat on guard. I did no such thing. Right, if you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution.
That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note?
It is as the defense has stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed.
If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where our verdict is impossible.
Impossible? That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate.
Handwriting analysis is my butt. That's just a lawyer trying to buy more time. Ungard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we reached the end of the line. Guilty, 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 guilty. Dang. Oh, phone call.
What is that sound?
It's Gumshoe. Hello, Gumshoe? Ugh. What is with him? It's what was that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer?
He got away.
What? I'm sorry, Belle. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to. I really do. Anyway, what's going on?
We found his hideout, Belle, but the two of them were already gone.
This is terrible.
I'm going to keep looking for them, Belle. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time.
But
don't tell me we don't have any more.
Guilty, guilty, guilty. Jesus, this court is on fire. Guilty, guilty. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head.
Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and...
Oh, what is it?
Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't do that.
Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after.
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch. Take that.
Mr. Edgeworth? Please, you gotta buy us some more time.
Court is in session. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying?
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but...
I am reluctant to do this, but however, it appears that no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow.
This time I really can't do anything.
Court is now adjourned for the day.
Dang. Objection! Huh? Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
For what purpose?
We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time.
But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
But wouldn't it be better if we just adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow?
30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor.
Very well. At the prosecutor's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today.
I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us.
The court will now take its final recess of the day.
Jesus. Right. Well, what's going on with my situation? The killer. Looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? If we can't find her in that time. Ooh, phone call. Report.
Is that Mr. Edgeworth?
We don't have time. Just spit it out.
Right. It looks like we just missed him, say. But the killer has left a few things behind by accident and didn't rush to get away.
A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence?
I thought you asked Bill. I've got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on the way over.
Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first.
We don't have time to wait for those guys, say. When those guys weren't looking, I swept the stuff and ran.
What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, say, but I gotta put the law on hold for now.
Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this.
With my hunk of junk car, I say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, say. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright, just get here in one piece.
I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, say. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running at the red light.
Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough for to end this. And with that, guys, oh my god, big cliffhanger right there. We're going to end this episode off right here because we ran out of time for more. Yikes, this is getting very heated in a short amount of time. So if you enjoyed the video, guys, don't forget to leave a like. Also, comment and subscribe to get new feed on videos and become a member of the Tutu crew today. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter so you can recommend the 50 games for me to play or chat your preference. Also, subscribe. Be sure to tap that bell to get notifications on videos so you'll never miss them from me ever again. But that's going to be it from Phoenix Wright Justice for All. In the next episode, we might be able to finish this case off if we're lucky. So, until then, guys, have a nice day, have a nice night, and Mature is out.